cross in 14 days. So, I'll leave a garrison, actually. I'll leave a small garrison. We'll make our way to Cairo. Okay, there we go. So that should hopefully be sufficient. Yeah, you're bloody supplied, so I don't even need to bother. These guys are actually really in luck. Okay. So cross into Jerusalem. I mean, not Jerusalem. Into the Suez. You are in the same place as us, okay. So I may actually go on the offensive here. Then we should be able to drive back that Russian force and gain ourselves some morale and further lower their morale. Okay, so they've moved into Ferrara. I might recruit some more mercenaries in the future, not mercenaries, some more marine troops. That would be quite good. Basically the London forces. So, for the time being, just keep digging in. We know what we're doing. 46, 21, so we are getting quite high there. Britain 88. How is Italy? 29. France 30. Right then, so we will continue to hold. If we retook Metz as well, I do believe that's an important objective. Dun, 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 dun. I'll turn the music a little bit more. Right. So the German army is definitely okay for the time being. We've replaced the vast majority of our land forces. Now they've left Saint Mihiel. So if my plan does go ahead and we could try and take Saint Mihiel, then I could indeed trap the Entente forces. Now, how many men could be there? I don't know, but that would be insane. Metz could be their tomb. I hope you guys are up with the plan. What do you think of this plan? Do you think it could work? I think it could work. The terrain is definitely... Well, the weather has definitely been helping us. It's allowed us to hold and to rebuild our forces as well. So if we can hold on longer and let our morale build up once more, then we should be good. I imagine our morale will surge once Russia leaves the war. And yeah. I don't think they'll produce supplies in Metz. They might do. They probably will, actually. Maybe, maybe not, but will that be enough to supply that many troops? And if we cut them off from French... Well, from the Entente territory, that should slow down their production. Okay, so there's some Italian forces there. Yep, so there's even more forces there. I like this song, actually. Okay, one. Wow, was that it? That was it, apparently. So we could actually push on the Caucasus. Yeah, so we've had a absolutely incredible breakthrough in Egypt. By taking the Suez, we've taken a supply base, and we will be able to move forward. If we can capture Cairo and Alexandria, I imagine we will be able to definitely get back in this. Right, so we've seen a British fleet there. Okay, well, it's a shame that we weren't in the position to intercept it. Now, Lawrence of Arabia can be annoying as he bloody well pleases down there in Mesopotamia, but it doesn't make a difference. There's no rails down there, so it's like, you can't really get anywhere meaningful. And if he does, I'll dispatch forces to deal with him. Right, so we are seeing the Americans then. The Americans have at last arrived. Okay, well, they've been sent to the front lines. So we will be facing even more force. Okay, so we've managed to make it to Sudan. Now that's interesting. That's very interesting. Ah, it looks like they're going to Warsaw. Warsaw, city at war. Do we have enough forces? Maybe not, unless they're reinforced. Oh, come on, get off it, that was a defeat. Hopefully that doesn't impact the morale. That's an American fleet. Hopefully that doesn't impact the morale too much. Hopefully. I'm praying it doesn't now, actually. Because if it does, I don't want to lose to morale. Okay, bombarding roads. Right, so we're seeing the Italian fleet there. Right, so we're besieging Cairo. Right then, repress Bonbayern. So we are seeing Luigi Condona. So we're seeing French, Italian, and Swiss forces in this fight. Rupesh Bonbayern. I think he has improved since the beginning of the game. Oh no, actually, maybe he hasn't. Right. Infantry assault. Well, we are dug in, so you know what? I think I might just go for the long preparation bombardment. Increases artillery frontage and firepower. Slightly reduced enemy firepower and trench level. I want the one that gives us the better bonuses for being dug in. Yeah, big range casualties to the enemy, but with big assault combat penalties if it's countered. Okay, so fair enough. Infantry assault. Increase infantry assault combat values, but at the expense of low troop protection and vulnerability to enemy fire. Massed fire. Okay, increase unit firepower, but at the expense of slightly weaker assault combat. I will go with that one, actually. The mass firepower should do us quite nicely. Right, then we should be reinforced. Hopefully. Are we going to be... Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's a lot of men. Okay, we need to win this. I do wish frontage and artillery values, etc. like that. Just basically the weather and etc. was much better stated, as it's somewhat hidden. You do kind of have to look for the information. It's there, but it's kind of hard to find. Like, I'd like it to say, this is how many men can be on the front line. Right, hopefully this should be a victory. It does seem as though the battle is over. Good German victory, 87,000 losses. Right then, so that was a lot of, well, Entente forces in this fight. So 196 tanks, so we do have a lot of them now. And we pretty much outnumber them now. I believe we will outnumber them. Or close, very closely. Right, so we've seen some American super heavy artillery there by the looks, or at least some heavy artillery. It's a good thing that we're bringing down our heavy artillery that we've just lifted from the fort as well. But we managed to get around them to Sudan, so that's interesting. I might be able to retake Reims for the morale, actually. Alright then, so they did take, well, retake Warsaw. I wish I'd sent forces there now. That's me being complacent on the Russian front, which is death. You cannot afford to be complacent. Okay, let's see how badly we were mauled then. Did we lose any national morale? I hope not. Okay. Alright, we lost one morale, so that's fine. Okay. So you do have a sizable garrison. Though it does not mean it has to be anything powerful. It doesn't look as though there's anyone actually in there. So that's interesting. But we have managed to get around them. We'll continue on our way. Could be there in 2 days. Can't really spare men from here. I would send supply, but it could be intercepted. Let's see. Right, so we did actually make it here, which is very good. So it's just been held by militia. Right, well I can move these men up to the front line now. So that's something that's quite nice. Right, they'll be there soon. In fact, I'll have you link up with this force. And have them supplied. Right, so we have seen British down here. So we'll attack them. Okay. Have we still not took Verona? Right, so it's at level 3 siege. Brescia. Now Milan's worth a lot. Interesting. Right, so we do have our fleets over here. I do want them to escape. Okay. Apparently we have control over Ravenna still, which is amazing. Right, so we're not activated over here, so I think we'll have them assault. Well, at least go into offensive mode. They will be supported by the Austrian army, I hope. Do we have the bombardment? No, we don't over here. Let's see. I'd use gas attacks, but I don't want to risk my morale anymore. That's a lot of men. Have you moved to Sedan? Or Sedan? Okay. Yeah. Ah, damn it. The heavy guns should be here somewhere. Hindenburg's army. Unless the guns have not arrived yet. Which of course could be the issue. Right. Okay, well. Do you have the Ottoman troops here? Not available to be used. Okay. Yeah. Surprising that they weren't reinforced. Okay, so the rail has been repaired over here. That's... ah, it's the Bulgarians. Okay. That's a large force. Keep them together, why not? Right, the French are down here. How go we in Egypt? Right, we're almost there, and it shouldn't actually have a garrison, so that's very interesting. So we are putting it to siege. There's not much power here, actually. You'll be there in 7 days. Right, Indian troops. Apparently just a division and some supplies, so... We'll see how the bombardment goes. Well, we do have this force, actually. So I think I will actually attack, a sustained attack. If we could break through, we have the guns of the Ottoman fleet to support us. I'm tempted to bring this army back, I mean... It's just a problem by the time we arrive down there, our cohesion is just ruined. So we'll leave some cavalry here just to hold it. Okay. So it's going fairly well down there. We will wait for extra troops, I think. There we go. Then we should be able to assault Cairo and take Cairo. Hopefully we'll have Alexandria this turn. That would be lovely if we could. We'd definitely give our morale a big boost. Okay, so things are going well. We're going to try for this. And if we could try. 25 days. I think we might as well try it. If we can do it, let's try. I mean, there's lots of objectives over here, but they all do seem to have a garrison. If they didn't have a garrison, I would be able to try something sneaky. But I don't believe that will be something we can do. Okay, we meet at... Well, we have the breaches in Verona. Okay. We do have war supply and etc, so let's use this. Okay, war production. Going to need more replacement troops over here. The militia, maybe. Let's reinforce our artillery. Cavalry, I suppose, a little bit. We can manage it. And we're out. So you can see we definitely go through really quickly. Okay, do you still have a supply depot here? Apparently not. But you should be close enough to supply for that not to be a fact. Well, a matter. Okay. No. There we go. I do want to try and make absolute, just make the best moves I possibly can. If I can get forces around them and just threaten cities and take cities and stuff like that, it will help my morale and it will hurt them even more. So we'll see how we're doing. Right, so 47-61. They do definitely have more power than us. Apparently it says we're 100, but we're at 4 million losses. The Western Entente is at 3.59 million. The Eastern Entente is at 2.2 million. So we definitely have taken a lot less losses than they have. Okay. And this attritional warfare is not helping them. Whoops. Yeah, I wish there was infantry research, and I would definitely do that. I think I may have to just push on them. If I can retake the city, then we'll be in a good position. There we go. There we go. Ah, bugger it. If I can take this city just to save the points, then I might as well. Why are they going all that way? Ah, that would make sense. Okay. Might as well bring that back. It doesn't seem to be able to do anything anyway. We do have the Ottoman leaders, don't we? Okay then, we shall see how this goes then. Hopefully we could try and make it to Paris. Even if we, well, I don't think we'd be able to take Paris, but if we could at least threaten the city, then I think that will force the the Western Entente to retreat at least. Well, that's what I'm hoping for anyway. It's good to see that we can win these battles then. We do still have the strength to fight. It's just our morale, excuse me. It's just our morale is fairly low. But so is the enemy, so if we can claw victory back from the, well, from the jaws of defeat, then I think this will be quite the series. Dun 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 dun. Okay, so with Hindenburg over there, I wish he was a... Well, I wish he was the overall commander. I would demote Falkenhayn, but if I did, it would probably shot her morale at this point, or at least lower it further. And I do imagine the defeat point is 20, so we've got to be very, very conservative with the morale. If we can take some cities though from the French, that will definitely help us. It might give us some back or something. They might be worth one or something, but even if it was just one, that gives us some more insurance to survive. Yes. Well, we are dug in very well, which is fantastic. I'm hoping with the force that we managed to move forward into the lines next to Saint-Mehil, that we might be able to use that in the future. I'm just worried about the giant stack of Entente forces. But, if we had, I don't know, we'll have to see what happens. Okay, so some British over there. It does seem as though they're going to try for another attack. Right, our Austrian fleet has encountered the Italians. And the French. I forgot to check on the rebel alignment in Russia. It was 88% last time, so I imagine it might be 90 something now. Maybe. I hope so anyway. Because if the Russians fall out of the war, then that will definitely help us. Okay. Well, that's a shame. Okay. That's definitely a shame. Did not anticipate that. Oh dear. Ah, we only lost one ship, but we killed 5 of theirs. That's interesting. That's pretty damn interesting. We do need to get that Ottoman fleet the hell out of there, though. Lawrence of Arabia being annoying. Okay. So they are besieging Verona. Oh dear. Okay, so that force is still active. As long as it's active, then at least we can try and do something with it. I really just need to try and force the Entente to move their forces. They have committed everything to that one attack from Metz, so that is interesting. Very interesting, so that may have freed up an entire army. And if I freed up an entire... Well, if they freed an army, then they will definitely suffer. Okay, so we are attacking into mountains in bad weather, so this is going to go horribly wrong. Or it could be an insanely quick victory as the British just retreat. Right, Brusilov is here, so that's going to be fucking shit. He's so fucking good. He's such a good commander, it hurts me. Yep, okay. Oh, what's a surprise! Well, we didn't take that many losses, so that's good. So I don't think there will be a national morale effect in defeat. Ah, shit. Oh, here we go. Now see the armies in the north, we could move those. Their absolute obsession we're attacking here is incredible. Now I do wish Hindenburg would take command. I would like to use Hindenburg a lot more, and I should have been using him more. Oh dear. Right, we inflicted some good losses here. I mean, this is the main force of the Entente. Right, is this a victory once again? Right, 26,000 men for 70,000 losses inflicted upon the enemy. That's going to hurt them. I almost wish they would carry on these, well, the assaults. If I could try to move to Saint Mihiel, then I will be happy. But we could move to Breri. I could definitely move that there. If I could move that army there, and some forces here, we could block them off and actually trap them. We'll have to see what they do, because they've committed themselves to something that is not working. They know it's not working, but yet they will continue to try. And here we go, round 2. So we are fighting in hills, so you can see here. Right, offensive. So regular have a 10%, well, malice to the attack. Frontage is 48, for support it's 48, max range 99, range modifier -1. Okay, well, we'll see how things go then. If we could repulse them once more, hopefully we'll be able to gain some morale back. Falkenhayn's doing fairly well here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, stationing the forces of Hindenburg and Lorraine has allowed us to just reinforce wherever may be attacked. Oh, wow, we've savaged that force. 14,000 for 36,000 losses. So, yeah. Doing quite well. Yeah, okay. Retreat, mate. Retreat. 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 I should have had the forces in the city, then at least they could have held it. Rightio. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. But yes, the Entente may have indeed screwed themselves. And if we were to defeat that army there, can you imagine what it would do to the Western Entente? That seems to be their largest concentration of strength. I haven't seen an army as large in a long while. Right then, here we go once again. I love that they keep going for it. This is brilliant for me. Absolutely brilliant for me. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Okay. Each battle, they keep losing more and more men. Here we go. 6,000 for 18,000. Yeah, they do have some tanks, which is interesting. They have 20 tanks, but we have like 10 times as many tanks. So we tend to do a hell of a lot of damage in the assault phases. Yeah, so we could send some forces from Luxembourg, well, through Luxembourg, into Bréry, and yeah, try and cut them off. If we send some forces here, oh, once more onto the anvil of war. So they're starting off with lower numbers, which is not the best idea. Your force will lose a hell of a lot of men in the initial stages of the battle. Oh, Switzerland, you bloody fool. Speaking of a country that should have been out a long-ass time ago, is Switzerland. Yeah, there we go, another victory, 10,000 to 21,000. So we're going for 2-to-1 loss ratios here, which is pretty damn good, considering that we've... well, we've lost the most, if you don't count the factions altogether. Well, if you don't count the Entente as one united force. Right, yes, so they have definitely left the way open. Now, children. This is where you pay for that. Where you pay indeed. 12 days. Good. Yep. Still doing fine here with the strength. So they are supplied. Well, bloody hell, we have a lot of troops here. So our forces are over here. Right, supplies. Okay, you can head back to Sedan. That's 6,000 men. You will continue to Paris. I mean, I know you will probably be hurt, but if we could get there and take anything just to keep the Entente on the back foot, that would be fantastic. So we did manage to take this, which is great. Okay. Can't set this up as a defensive point. So if you have these men here, they'll be fine. Dun. So they've abandoned Ravenna. Okay, I want this city taken. If we can take the city, then that should give us some more morale to play with, because we've dropped a little bit there. War weariness is not helping us too much. Just hoping that we'll be able to take some high-value cities fairly soon. Okay, the Ottoman fleet does need to retreat. So we'll go into Adana. Okay. There we go. Where is the German fleet? There we are. So we've entered the Mediterranean, and I imagine alarm bells are ringing, so we'll be there fairly quickly. And once we are there, then the push into Italy could begin again. Or at least we could land some forces and at least take Rome. I should have put maybe one infantry on them or something like that, a division of infantry, just to be able to land something. Okay, so we're not going to assault here any longer, as that's insanity. Okay. We'll have the Bulgarians move up here to help us hold. They have moved from here. They do have a shitty garrison, actually. That's a shitty-ass garrison. There's a lot of men here, though. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Okay. Well, you don't produce any supplies, apparently. Okay, head back to friendly area. Okay, Holzendorf. I'll wait for the weather to improve. I was thinking about maybe pushing, but there's really no need. Well, especially while the weather's bad. What's Russia at now? 96, so they're very, very, very close. I hope they do indeed leave the war, unlike Britain. Kornilov. Still don't have that ability yet. But if we were able to do that and the Eastern Entente was to lose like 25 morale, they would definitely be in a horrible position. Okay. Hopefully this will go to plan. These commanders and generals are activated, so that should allow us to push forward. Right then, so there's not too much else to do. Well, actually no, did we take Alexandria? There doesn't seem to be anybody in the actual city itself. Or at least garrison-wise. So we'll enter the structure then and see if we can actually take it. There is not much power here, actually. So we'll see. Not really anything I can do with this, so we'll keep holding on. I might be able to give some concessions, which I can. 2 engagement points and some victory points, which is fine. I can do that easily. Okay, so let's save here. And we shall see if our plans come to fruition. So if I can trap this force, then I will be in a brilliant place. If I can starve them, or at least lock them down, prevent them from receiving reinforcements, then what are they going to do exactly? And I forgot to move some men to Longwy. We'll be able to move some men there, it's fine. Well, at least I hope so. I doubt they have anything to be able to get there in time, because, I mean, they don't even have control of these railways, which is absolutely amazing. The fact that we've retained control of them for so long is just superb. It's allowed us to do some, or at least try some interesting things. So I do want the Entente to attack once more. If they attack once more, then that'll put me in a great position and keep them locked down in Metz, which is great. So for them to even try to break out, they would have to cross a river. Crossing a river would